It's easy to get into a war. It's much harder to end it. When will all those nations that are taking part know what the circumstances are for pulling out and ending the war?
Is people saying, you intervened in Iraq because it was about your security. Don't you see that in Libya, this is about our aspiration, our democracy, our freedom?
Gaddafi regime forces don't care about civilian casualties. We have to take great care over that, and that does constrain us.
Yesterday, in response to a call for action by the Libyan people and the Arab League, the UN Security Council passed a strong resolution that demands an end to the violence against citizens. It authorizes the use of force with an explicit commitment to pursue all necessary measures to stop the killing, to include the enforcement of a no-fly zone over Libya.
The President and I completely agree on this point of course, the UN resolution is not about regime change. The UN resolution is about protecting civilians from attack and taking all necessary measures to do so. But that said, most political leaders, including the two here, have said it's hard to see how you implement UN Resolution 1973 with Gaddafi still in control of his country.
Do you want Gaddafi dead or alive?
Look, Gaddafi is not a problem for me. My real problem is the day after.
Where is Gaddafi?
Gaddafi, nobody here knows.
Zenga Zenga.
Zenga Zenga, the maybe in there.
There are large areas of this country which you don't control anymore. There are even people in towns quite near here who are part of this rising, this rebellion. What are you going to do about all of that?
What is the question?
The rebels saw the gun in Mohammed's hand, and so they thought he was the one who'd killed Gaddafi. But he wasn't. Amid the confusion, he'd simply found the pistol lying on the ground. Mohammed became the accidental hero of the revolution.
Vive Benghazi! Vive la Libye! Vive l'amitié entre la France et la Libye!
والله حاليا احنا اكثر حاجه نطلبها الدعم اللوجستي الاولا، يعني اكيد حتى دعم القوات الحلف الاطلسي اكيد حتعاوننا بالتاكيد، ولكن اهم شيء الدعم اللوجستي، يعني مهما كان طائرات وحدها مش حتنتصر على داعش يعني.
They are saying he has to go, but they're not saying they're going to send in Western troops to do the job. And where does that leave the people of Libya that are being shelled in Misrata today?
In Iraq, we went in with major forces. It didn't turn out very well. In Syria, we chose not to get involved. I mean, that's also catastrophic. In Libya, we went in a limited, targeted way in support of insurgencies on the ground. Yes, the situation is bad, but I wouldn't rule out at all that in 5 years, the various parties will have got together and begun to build something in Libya.
The chaos on Bassingbourn base mirrors the chaos in Libya, and here it seems nobody could control it. The people I've been speaking to who work on the base say the Libyans ran riot from the beginning. The British soldiers didn't stand a chance, and nobody more senior in the Ministry of Defence intervened to say it's impossible. We can't turn these militiamen into soldiers.
نزلوا لوطة ورمي بالرصاص بعدين صلبوه 3 أيام حتى الجثة ما عطوناش إلا بثالث يوم.
The man's name was Milad.
We were not prepared for the consequences of a regime change in Libya, and all the analysis being done here was based on, frankly, a pretty limited understanding of exactly what the situation in Libya was.
So that's a lesson that I now apply every time I ask the question, should we intervene militarily? Do we have an answer the day after?
And do you know what's happened to the gun now? Where is this gun? Can you get it?
Yes, I will call my dad, my father, because he's with him.
It's with him?
Yes.